How's everybody doing today? This is Corey Lee's Boxing, and we are back with another banger. So please smash the hell out of that like button, you guys, and subscribe. And yeah, man, we're gonna talk Danny Garcia versus Jose Benavidez Jr. Yes, he is coming back, you guys. Both guys are coming back. Both guys, I believe Jose Benavidez had a fight in between, but both guys were, coming, not too far from coming off, career-defining losses. And I just felt like this is a bounce back fight, big fight for both guys. And I feel like Danny Garcia has a very strong chance of winning this fight. The more I break this fight down, you guys got to understand Jose Benavidez Jr. leg almost got amputated. So it's like one of those things like he's fighting on like a peg leg, and he said it in a recent interview. He said that my leg will never be a 100%, but I can't let that pretty much be my career. And I mean, I understand that what he's saying. I truly understand that. But the more we talk about this fight, the more we break down this fight, it's about what can Jose Benavidez do, to Danny Garcia, And the question is, I don't think he can do much. I don't think that Jose Benavidez is going to be that type of fighter that can, cause Danny Garcia a whole lot of problems. I feel like Danny Garcia is going to look very good in this fight. I feel like this is more of a showcase fight for Danny Garcia. And I know Jose Benavidez is saying all the right things. He's saying, and I quote, "I will not lose at 154 pounds." That's what he's saying. So, I can't wait to see if that's true. Let's be honest, plenty guys in the past have said, outlandish things and gotten iced right after that. I think this is another one. I think that, Jose Benavidez Jr. will get iced, will get knocked out in this fight, possibly brutally, or he'll just quit in the stands. But Danny Garcia, this is a prime fight for Danny Garcia to look really good in this fight, man. I really think that Danny Garcia can look good in this fight. And I think that, like I said again, I'll say it again, I say it every time, Danny Garcia is, Al Heyman's, one of Al Heyman's, better fighters that he likes, and he looks out for. Danny Garcia has been getting paid well for fighting guys like this for a while now. And I'm not saying there's anything wrong with it, if they put Danny Garcia in there with like Terrence Crawford next, or with a Keith Thurman again next, or something like that, I feel like the more Danny Garcia is already a veteran. He's already been in there with Amir Khan, Robert Guerrero. He's been in there with a lot. Lucas Matisse, Earl Spence. I mean, Sean Porter, the guy's been in there with a lot of people, man. Shout out to Charles D in the chat. Smash that like button as soon as you guys come in. He says Garcia is food at 154. I'm going to be honest with you, man. Danny Garcia can make some noise at 154. This right here will already make some noise for Danny Garcia. I feel like this will be a step in the right direction. I feel like he'll be able to beat Jose Benavidez Jr. I feel like he'll be able to knock him out, stop him, and I think a lot of people will be talking about Danny Garcia after he knocks out a guy like this. And I just think the more and more I break down this fight is, how many ways can Danny Garcia win, and how many ways can Jose Benavidez Jr. win? I see way more ways that Danny Garcia can win. I feel like he's more of a versatile fighter. I feel like, but Terrence Crawford did say that out of all the fighters that he's fought in the ring, that Jose Benavidez Jr. was his toughest test so far. So, that's one of the, some people say that is the best welterweight in the entire world of boxing. And some say he's the best fighter in the world of boxing, no matter what weight class Terrence Crawford is. So yeah, man. Charles D in the chat says Garcia already ducked Bud. I'm gonna be honest honest with you, Danny Garcia and a bunch of other fighters, Keith Thurman, maybe Jerome Butenis. I'm not too sure on him yet, but I know for sure Danny Garcia and Keith Thurman off the top. They both didn't fight Terrence Crawford. I don't know if it was because of a money thing, because, mind you, at the end of the day, they got to feed their family. And it's not like Danny Garcia's in a bad fight now. This is a pretty good fight. But that Bud Crawford fight would have been even a better fight, and I feel you on that. But him just fighting Earl Spence Jr. and losing the way Danny Garcia did lose. I had a 116 to 112 for Earl Spence. And, other than that, I mean, Danny Garcia lost a decision, just like he lost a decision, I believe, to Sean Porter. No, it was Keith Thurman. He lost a decision to Keith Thurman. So it's like, Danny Garcia has a couple losses. I know he wish he didn't have any losses, but he has lost. And the way Danny Garcia has lost, he lost on the scorecards. He says, so that's nose for him. That bid stopped him. That bud stopped him. Garcia took a $2 million pay cut. Oh, when? When did Danny Garcia take a pay cut? But anyways, Danny Garcia right now, I feel like is, prime time for him to fight Jermell Charlo, the 154-pound king at 154 pounds. Or even Jared Hurd. I believe it's between, Kasazu's son or whatever his name is, Tenju. I feel like he can fight Jermell Charlo next, possibly, or either we'll either get that next, or either we'll get a possibly at 154. I would love to see that Jared Hurd fight, man. I know Jared Hurd didn't look good in his last argument, didn't look too good. But I think that Jared Hurd can still cause, Jermell Charlo problems. Now, that's just saying that Jared Hurd can win maybe a tune-up or something like that. But still, a guy that's ready to fight at 154 pounds now is Tim Zhu. And he's from, I believe, Australia. And he's a pretty good fighter. He's a really good fighter. I just would love to see what he can do next, in his career. And I think that, 154 pounds, to be honest with you guys, is looking pretty good right now. 154 pounds is not a bad division to be in. Danny Garcia's got plenty of names he can fight at 154 pounds. He can fight Erickson Lubin. He can fight that tall guy, Fundora. He can fight Tim Tszyu. He can fight, Jermell Charlo. He's fighting Jose Benavidez Jr., the older brother of David Benavidez. And yeah, man. So if Jose Benavidez Jr. is anything like his brother, David Benavidez, he'll be a monster. And I think he'll be able to beat Danny Garcia if he's anything like his brother. His brother's a beast. I think his brother's a sort of a weight bully as well, because they said that this guy should be fighting at cruiserweight, but he can make 168 pounds. I don't believe that his brother Jose, Benavidez Jr. is a weight bully. I think he's, at 154, I think that's a pretty good weight for him. Anything higher, I think he gets iced again. And I just think that, this is a good division for Jose Benavidez Jr. But let's be honest. They say you're only as good as your last fight, okay? That's what they say, right? Okay? What has Jose Benavidez Jr. done in his last performance? He looked terrible. He looked downright disgusting. I mean, the guy looked terrible, man. The guy looked, like he was, I thought he could have possibly got iced himself in his last fight. And that was against, a cagey veteran, more of a journeyman. And I just think that, you're saying that Danny Garcia's, people in the chat are saying that Danny Garcia is dog food for, for those guys at 154 pounds. But the more I look at it, it's like, is Danny Garcia food, or is Jose Benavidez Jr. food at 154 pounds? I think Jose Benavidez Jr. is more food than Danny, because I think Danny could actually hang with some of the top dogs at 154 pounds just from his boxing ability alone. Mind you, Danny Garcia is the same guy that beat Terrence Bud Crawford in the amateur. So you guys got to, put a little bit more respect on Danny Garcia's name, man, when y'all guys is talking about Danny Garcia, man. That Charles D in the chat says straight canned food. Yeah, man, smash that like button too, you guys, as soon as you guys come in. But yeah, I mean, like I said, Danny Garcia is still a good fighter. I think he's still one of the better fighters in the division. And I just really would like to see, what he can do. What can Danny Garcia do at 154 pounds? This is a new division. This is an exciting, new venture for Danny Garcia. I mean, Danny Garcia is already going to be I think he was going to be a future Hall of Famer. I think Danny Garcia is definitely a future Hall of Famer. And, being what he did at 140, then what he did at 147, he's been a world champion in 2 weight classes. Unified champion in 2 weight classes, I believe. I know for a fact he's held the WBC title at 147. I'm not sure if he no, he lost the Keith Thurman fight. That was for 2 belts, I believe. But like I said, 2-division world champion. Fought some pretty good guys at 140 pounds. And if Danny Garcia can win a belt at 154 pounds, bro, I think he's a for sure Hall of Famer. I really do. I really do, man. I really do. He ain't winning at 140. Charles D, man, you sound kind of like you ain't really feeling this dude, man. What's up with you and Danny, bro? Why you coming so strong to Danny like that, man? You been at Danny's neck since I started the live stream, yo. You been at Danny's neck, yo. Damn, yo. I mean, Danny's a 2-division world champion. You got to put some respect on that man's name, man. I know he ain't done a lot at 154 pounds, but I mean, what the fuck? I mean, to be honest with you, let's be honest, to be completely honest, you got guys like, Julian J. Rock Williams. He's fought, Jermell Charlo or whatever, you know what I mean? And it's like, dude, who has he fought? He fought the other Charlo brother. But, you got guys like, who is, that's what I'm saying, like, there's names on Charlo's resume that I can't even name off the top of my head because they're that horrendous, okay? And let me look up his box record to be exact. And you're saying Danny Garcia ain't worthy of a shot at least at Charlo? Come on, bro. I think he's ready for a shot, dog. You know what I'm saying? I think he's at least worthy of a title shot, bro. If not nothing else, man. Danny Garcia got a good name. He's a good name. He's won in multiple. He's been a world champion in multiple weight classes. And he's going to try to start his resume at 154. I can't say that nobody just straight up knocked Danny Garcia out at any of those weight divisions. So, I want to see what he can do. I really do. I really want to see what Danny Garcia can do at 154 pounds. I think this is a bit big for Danny. But, from what, Angel Garcia says, he's saying that Danny Garcia should have been at 154. That this move is a little bit too late, pretty much from how, the way I, listen to him. I just, Crypto Colors, what's happening, man? And then Charles D says, who's beating Danny Garcia? Who's Danny Garcia beating in the top 5? I think Danny Garcia. We gotta see. Let's see. Let's look up Danny Garcia. Let's see what he's done. Let's go to Danny Garcia. Come on, man. We'll pull him up. We'll pull him up for you. Okay. He's fighting. They don't even got it on there yet. Damn. 154 pound boxing rankings. Okay, here we go. This is what you want. This is what you're going to get, Charles D. We're going to do this. We're going to He said, "No, nigga, answer that." I'm ready to see now. Watch yourself. I'm ready to see now. I'm ready to see now. I'm gonna look it up for you. I'm gonna look it up for you, my dog. You know what I mean? I'm gonna actually do that for you. You know what I mean? I'm gonna look up what's the top 5, and I'm gonna let you know. I'm gonna let you know, my dog. You know, we're gonna see. We are going to see in a very few shakes. We at 154, right? All right, here we go. At 154 pounds, all right? This is what the rankings are. Jamel Charlo, number 1. Brian Castano, number 2. Tim Tszyu at number 3. Madruva Israel, number 4. Sebastian Fundora, number 5. All right. And out of all those guys, I think Danny Garcia could probably be. I think Danny Garcia can be made. I think he could possibly beat Brian Castano. I would like that fight. I would really like that fight. That would be a really good fight. Danny Garcia versus Brian Castano. That's a banger. That's a banger. All right. So, and then you got Tim Tszyu, you know, a son of a legend, you know, and he's still young. The jury's still out on him. I don't know about that. You know, I mean, he hasn't really fought nobody for me to gauge where he's really at right now. You know what I mean? He had one good fight. His last fight, he beat Goucher, but I mean, that ain't who has Goucher beat. You know what I mean? So who has he been in the ring with? You know, so it's like, next, please. So, you know, we got this guy named Madruva Israel Madruva. Like I said, the jury's still out on that guy. I don't know him either, you know. And I'm a hardcore fan, hardcore fan. So you guys got to understand, man. I know a lot of boxers, and when I haven't heard of you, there's a reason why I haven't heard of you. You haven't fought anybody yet. That's why I haven't heard of you. So let's just be honest about that. You know, these guys haven't fought nobody. They had 154 pounds, but they rating really ain't that high, to be honest with you. You know? So I think Danny Garcia, I don't really know him, so I can't even gauge on him either, though. I can't give you a definitive answer on this guy either, because I haven't seen this guy fight anybody yet. So how the fuck can I even gauge on anything when I haven't seen these guys haven't been seen? I don't know what channels they fighting on, but I've never seen these dudes. Never in my life. Israel Madruva. How do you get number 4 and not fight nobody, yo? That's crazy to me. That's crazy to me, yo. And then Tim got dropped by Goucher. He did get dropped by Goucher. All right? That's a fact. That's a fact. All right, he got dropped by Goucher. Not only did he get dropped by Goucher, all right, he didn't finish Goucher. It was a 12-round unanimous decision. All right, so, and I mean, Goucher he all right, but he ain't like that. He not no world beater. He's not fighting for no world championship. So no, I ain't gonna say that either. So Tim, he ain't really. Who was he fought to even say he can beat Danny Garcia? You know what I mean? Who was it? You know, he got dropped by Goucher quickly in the first round, I think. Second round, dropped. Man was on the canvas, man. He had to get up. He got up, handled his business, but you know what I mean? He looked, you know, he was all right, but he ain't like that. And then they got Sebastian Fundora. He just lost. Dude just took that L, I believe. If I'm not mistaken, he took a lot. No, he beat Harrison Lou. Excuse me. My bad. He beat Harrison Lou. So maybe he hasn't lost yet. Okay. I'd love to see Fundora versus Tim Tszyu. I'd love to see that joint. No, you saying he ain't beat nobody in the top 5? I think he can beat that dude Brian Castano. I favor Danny Garcia against Brian Castano. Yeah, I'm favoring. I'm putting bread on that too. If the odds are good, Charles D, I'm putting money on that. Yeah, I got Danny on that though, because I've seen Brad Costello fight, and I've seen Danny fight. They're one weight class apart. They said Danny was a big welterweight anyways. So we'll see. We'll see. We shall see. But yeah, man, this concludes my Danny Garcia versus Jose Benavidez breakdown. Thank you guys so much for watching. And when you rewatch this, please smash that like button. Go check out my YouTube shorts. The numbers going crazy right now. Check me out, man. It's Corley Boxing, and you definitely been hit with another banger. Peace out, you guys.